So one thing I've been wanting to find out for a while now is, with all of the advancements in RC crawling, how do the old ones stack up? So I built this to find out. This has been something I've been working on for a little while now. If you watched my last meetup video, this was in it. I didn't say anything about it. I've been waiting to do kind of an introduction video. So we're back at the bench and we're just gonna do it. So here it is. So as you can tell, I didn't really go for any sort of scale points or a scale look at all. The body is the Proline F-150 Raptor body, meant for the Traxxas Rustler. I really love this body ever since I first saw it, and I knew I just had to have it. It's got the profile that I like, this really kind of long, sleek look. Wheelbase is about 12.3 inches-ish. Tires are 1.9 Proline Super Swampers, I believe in the G8 compound. These are just some Endura beadlocks I got off of Amazon. So taking the body off, here you can see the chassis is something that I came up with myself. So this is kind of an older design for a chassis. Obviously it's not at all realistic. This section sticking out here is for the transmission I was originally going to use, which is the AX10 two-speed transmission. I was going to use this because it's what I had laying around. So it has tabs that screw on here, and that's what that would have gone to. However, once I got it mounted up, I realized that it was just going to get in the way of everything. So I picked up just the old 3-gear style transmission off of eBay. This is just, you know, a cheap one that I found, but it worked really well. So the shocks are Traxxas big bore shocks in the extra long version. I believe these are 4 inches. Mini T springs. The spring retainers here I just designed and 3D printed myself. Spinning it around. These are the AX10 axles that I had. These came off of the Jeep Cherokee. Servo is a cheap one I got off Amazon. All of the links are 3/16 steel rod that I measured, cut, and made myself. For electronics, I mentioned the servo. The motor is, I believe, a 27 turn 540 can. Again, this came off of the Jeep Cherokee as well. Tekin FXR, Castle BEC, and a FlySky GT5 is my transmitter. The front and rear link mounts I got off of Amazon. These are just some cheap 4-link mounts. And in the front, I do plan on making a plate that will kind of go across the entire axle that will mount the servo and the battery. Currently the battery just velcros to these 2 bars up here. Underneath here, I'm just using the SCX-10 skid plate. Again, these are custom made links and just plastic drive shafts. I'm not one to really beat on my trucks. If things get bound up, I'm happy to go move it. I don't need to just sit there and spin. So for now, the plastic drive shafts are working. It does have the metal outputs, so those I think are a huge thing. If those become an issue, I will swap them out to some metal drive shafts. The body post situation is not ideal. Obviously, there are no front body posts. I had 3D printed some, and those just shattered my very first rollover. So I did go out and pick up a body post kit from Axial, and now my task is to figure out how to mount them to the chassis and line up best I can with the pre-existing holes. So there it is. Like I said, it is based off of some older ideas, some older designs of rock crawlers. And to answer the question that I posed at the very beginning, how does it compare? So I brought this out to Fort Phoenix in Massachusetts. It's a really, really popular crawling spot. It performed pretty well. Now the guys I was crawling with had more scale-based setups, so it was hard to directly compare, but it still performed really well. I'm really pleased with it. I think there are some changes that need to be done. The link geometry isn't great, so I'll be moving those around. As I mentioned, I'm going to make the plate for the front axle to try and get the weight a little bit lower. The torque twist was a bit of an issue, so I may have to mess with the suspension as well. But for a early design, something I threw together in just a couple of weeks, it did perform really, really well. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, if you noticed anything that needs to be changed immediately, please feel free to comment below. The next video of this will be doing some modifications. I'm going to be swapping out the wheels, cleaning up the chassis, redoing the link geometry a little bit. So hit that subscribe button, click the bell notification, you know what to do if you want to see an updated version of this coming soon.